Well, howdy, nerdy senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this. I noticed my camera is at quite an angle. It's, instead of sitting straight, it's sitting like this on top of the monitor. Thumbs up. Anyway, hey, I am sitting up in my chair. I woke up at 6:30, didn't want to get up because it was 1:30 when I got to bed. Stayed in bed another hour and have been up. It is almost 9 o'clock and it's taken this long for me to be able to do it. I can use this arm somewhat, of course, but I'm letting it sit because, oh boy, just sitting in a chair is painful. But I took the cushion out of this chair here because it raised me upward so that I didn't have proper back support. Now I'm sitting, quote unquote, properly, and without a cushion it is more painful. Yay. So thumbs up for that. I am up. My housemates came home and immediately went to bed, so I haven't even had a chance to see them or talk to them. All I did was hear them coming in, and then the door shut in their room, and thumps and crashes, and then silence. So either it was something really horrible, or they've just taken a nap. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully I'll be able to talk to them when they come out. Then we jump to, I made myself laugh with something incredibly stupid last night, which is why I wanted to talk about it. Just before I was going to bed, I was thinking about this nerve up here, and it was like I said to myself something along the lines of, oh, that nerve is getting on my nerves. And then I laughed out loud, and it was just really stupid. So I had to share it with everybody. Thumbs up for that. Yay! Not going to be a great amount of editing, just going to be editing on the whole Share Factory thing, because, oh boy, my arm just sitting here like this is painful. Moving it forward so that I can do things is really rough, and right now, I gotta wait for the meds to really kick in. That hurt quite a bit just doing it right now. Thumbs up for that. Taking a full look more on my list, I still have to laugh at myself because it is ridiculous. I cannot honestly believe that I forgot about the sun. But it has been so long. I have been taking my walkies at night or in the evening or such like that, where I have not been walking under just the glaring weight of the sun. And I forgot that it is a giant flaming ball of cancerous death in the sky. So yeah, it's really tender back here. So I'm gonna, every time I go out, I got some of that 50, like I mentioned, 50 SPS, stuff to put on, which, looks like I'm smearing on a silicone gel. It's not silicone gel, good lord. I have forgotten the terms for it, but it is like clear, not even clear, it is a white substance, solid white, like putty, that I'm smearing onto myself. Good God, the lack of being able to speak, thumbs up for that. I gotta pull my shirt down. I don't like the way it looks. I have gained weight back, and I don't like that. Yay, I had been down to about 185. Now I'm closer again to 200. And taking a look at there, one of the things that I am super sad about is I've not been able to do things like the solo gaming stuff for the channel. Very few people watch anything that I do, but I like to share the stuff that I have, and I love the solo gaming stuff. Speaking of which, even though we are a tiny redneck town, less than 10,000 people, on our main road, we actually have a go in and rent time on Xboxes, and they have a play. Gods above, I cannot speak today. An RPG section. It's primarily Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, but I have now spent pushing through my social anxieties. I have spent some time talking with the person that runs the place now. And she's a short little gal, but she's very enthusiastic, is a natural game master, has great ideas, And for October's in the store, every time they have had a special Halloween RPG thing. So thumbs up for that. Her plan for this upcoming Halloween is to get one of those artificial fires and then put it into the room. You know, it's just lights and plastic. Put it there and then have people where they're sitting around the campfire telling stories. So it was cool. I didn't buy anything. Everything is way too expensive for my blood, but it's nice to be there. And when she was talking about she wanted to do other things, I mentioned things like Karen and Nave and Maze Rats, and she was like, yes, so thumbs up on that. It was good. I'm glad I'm able to push through at times my social anxieties and such, so thumbs up on that. Yay! And then taking another look on my list. Good Lord, I cannot speak English today. My sincere apologies. Holy smokes. And, well, I do want to talk about this. I made another shorts video out of my Dead Island video. And I don't know how this happens, but my Dead Island video is fine. The shorts video, third in a row demonetized. You have to, in the creator studio, when you're uploading a video, you have to fill out a form saying, you know, if there's violence, there's these levels of violence. If there's this levels, you know, adult content, hateful content, adult speech. You have to fill in this thing. If you do it accurately, you will be my videos used to be instantly monetized because I had a high accuracy rating. Now with these 3 demonetized videos, I have a low accuracy rating. There is no guarantee I will get paid for videos after they're uploaded. They might have to wait a while before they monetize the video. Thumbs up for that. But still, I am editing for content now. And I am really proud of every single one of these shorts. Hopefully up in whichever corner it happens to be, I will have, yeah, my arm is really hurting this morning. Primarily because I'm sitting up in a chair. But I'll have links to the 3 videos as well as I've got them down in the video description. And I'm rather surprised, my latest one, this one, even though it's demonetized, like 600 and some odd views on it. Definitely a thumbs up. So cool. I mean, I'm not getting paid for it. I'm just glad people see it. Thumbs up for that. Last thing, Chris in the comments had mentioned that with my Iron John character, it seems like he could be like a cowboy type traveling wanderer. And I thought of that and was like, you know, coming into the future, not being able to really sink down roots because everyone dies around him. Not because he's killing them, but just Iron John, the kayfabe shell that he is wearing is going to last at least 1 million years. And kayfabe, when they were in Iron John's homeland, they had to come up with a keratoferrous alloy that was a polymer, and this polymer, when put into use, it would last at least 100,000 years before it even started to show any signs of wear and tear. His shell is a kayfabe shell, and the shell is he's an artificial person, still human, artificial person, his body is artificial. He was given this kayfabe shell because he was promoted and he proved himself to be well. And in the first couple of times when they were first making the stuff, they made a bunch of shells for people. They look nice, they're very flashy and classy, but that's the whole reason they're just showing it off, because whether you're organic or you're artificial, you only have an average of around 74 years of life. So having a kayfabe shell that's going to last a couple 100,000 years is just purely showing off. Well, he's he ended up with energies, these interstitial energies that form from the outside, the universe we live in, and the inside, which is another universe entirely. These two universes within the encapsulating area that holds these universes within them, they bounce off each other. And with that bouncing off of each other, it creates a like static charge, except of course it's not static, it is a different kind of energy, an interstitial energy. This energy flowed into him during a 10,000 year period that cut off his industrial plant where he lived and worked, so that everyone was cut off. It took 10,000 years for the energy to pour into him. He was not alive, but functional for 100 and some odd years. Good God Almighty! And shut himself down into low power mode, thinking that he would stay that way and never come out. But 1.4 million years later, somebody uses a glamour on his layer while they're passing through. This activates him in his low power mode, and he repowers up at 1.4 million years later. Now, the full story is long. I've told it before. I told it yesterday. But Chris was talking about that, and it struck me. Yeah. Agent of change for good. An agent that, not agent, but like a wanderer. Think of like the old-time movies. If you've ever seen old-time westerns, like the movie Shane, or any of the older flicks that, God, what's his name? The old Clint Eastwood spaghetti western movies. All of these movies encapsulate the wandering stranger agent for good. They literally just wander into town. They have no real idea in mind of what they're going to do. They kind of scope out what's happening, find out who the bad guys are, and then they take care of the bad guys. And then when they're done, they wander out of town again. Well, Iron John is going to end up, since he's going to be around for at least 1 million years. I mean, his shell's going to last. I figure at some point he will get tired of life, and like old Ray, he's going to travel to the inside and eventually wander to the ocean. 11 million kilometers of wandering. But, yeah, I actually see him with a cowboy hat, a shawl. He's got that belt that he's carrying his guns and a sword and all of this such. And, yeah, he wanders, ends up at encampments and settlements on layers, scopes out who the bad guys are, takes care of the bad guys, then wanders on. So thumbs up for that. Now, before he gets there, he still has to deal with carrying his ball of pain, becoming paralyzed physically and emotionally, getting stuck, working through it, awakening, and then making his way back into the world, integrating himself into the present so he can travel into the future. Yay! Checking my time, I'm at 13 minutes, and I really don't have much more to say because I am hurting. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe if I get a pillow here that I can rest my arm on, bring one of those pillows in, that might be better, but it can't be a big one or it'll shove my arm up high, and already I've got low where I gotta hang. So, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. After this, I'm gonna rest a bit, and I'm gonna walk to Walmart because I have to do my 6-mile round trip walkies. I don't feel good unless I'm exercising and doing walks. This is one of the horrific things that I've had about being stuck in bed for so long. So I'm going to go on my walkies after slathering myself with my son's tan stuff so I don't burn further. I'm going to do recording work. I'm going to try and be as creative as possible. I got all sorts of stuff I want to do, as well as talk to my housemates and find out what the heck's going on. As a quick aside, I have all of these, I can't figure out where to put my Mike Lambo books. I have another Mike Lambeau book showing up. I don't know how many. Oops. I don't know how many books Mike Lambeau has. Like almost 20 game books now. I got about 6 or so. So thumbs up on that. Solo wargaming books. I want to do one of those for the channel too. Thumbs up for that. So until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing. I sure hope I started my video properly. I can't even remember if I did. Well, if I didn't, you know, everybody is absolutely valid and welcome, boys and girls, all of our non-binary friends. It doesn't matter where you are, you know, on the whole bimodal, male, female. If you're out here, in between, thumbs up. You are valid. Greatly appreciated. I gotta turn this on. So, you take care.